Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition of 3 PM, 3 Minutes with Pastor Michael, Theology Made Simple. So in today's lesson, we are going to go over who made God. Now, maybe you've asked this question, or maybe somebody you know has asked it, but it's very common. We want to know who made God. And I want to help you understand at least where that's coming from. The first law of thermodynamics, I know we're going there really quick, but it says something cannot come from nothing. For example, when we see this marker, we know that it was manufactured and somebody made this. Same with this whiteboard. And then we also think the same with planet Earth. We know that it had to have had a beginning. So in the same sense, we also like to think, okay, if everything has a beginning, then doesn't God also have a beginning? And the simple answer, at least in Scripture, is no. We see in John chapter 1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. Now, but Genesis chapter 1 says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. This is what He did for us because He wanted a relationship with us. But God was already there before any of this had already taken place. Now, there's a big term that's called aseity. Aseity means it is a self-existent force. So God has always been outside of time. He is all-knowing, He is everywhere at once, and He exists in Himself. Now, if I can hopefully explain it like this, if we want God to make sense to us and where He started, a lot of us try to put God in a box saying, okay, in order for God to exist, this must happen, and this must happen, and now it's started to make sense to me. Whereas I would argue you are no longer explaining who God really is, but you are explaining a God which makes sense to you. And by definition, God is beyond all of those things. His ways are beyond our ways. God has always existed, and He cannot be created. So hopefully that explains it a little bit. There are tons of scripture saying that God existed before the foundations of the world, before anything existed. And since we are created, we should worship who our Creator is, and that is God Himself. So hopefully this explains it. Who made God? No one. He made everything, but He cannot be created because He is the very breath of creation and all that we see and hear and know. But until next week, God bless and take care.